in a stunning turn of events that could redefine air combat paradigms for years to come. Reports emerged this week suggesting that Chinese-built J-10C fighters have succeeded in downing multiple Indian Rafale aircraft during a nighttime aerial engagement between India and Pakistan. If confirmed, this engagement would mark the first time Chinese air-to-air missiles have been used in real combat against one of the Western world's most advanced 4.5-generation fighters. Beyond the tactical dimension, the incident has already rippled through global defense equities, arms trade projections, and strategic calculations from Paris to Beijing. The skirmish unfolded on the night of May 8, 2025, in the skies over the disputed line of control between India and Pakistan. Triggered by India's Operation Swift Retort, a retaliatory strike in response to militant attacks attributed to Pakistan-based groups. The Pakistan Air Force claims to have intercepted and engaged an incoming force of 72 Indian fighters, scrambling 42 of its own aircraft, including the export variant of the J-10C, designated J-10CE. According to PAF briefings released on May 10th, more than 5 Indian jets were lost in the ensuing dogfight. 2 Dassault Rafale F-3RS, 1 MiG-29 Fulcrum, and 2 Su-30 MKIs, along with 1 Rafale knocked down by ground-based air defenses. If accurate, these losses represent over $1.2 billion in Indian hardware destroyed in a single night, a staggering figure by any metric. The J-10C's claimed victories hinged on the PL-15 Beyond Visual Range missile, a Chinese design fitted with a dual-pulse solid rocket motor and an advanced active electronically scanned array seeker. Official Chinese statements and corroborating intelligence leaks from friendly capitals indicate that Pakistan deployed the domestic variant of the PL-15, which boasts a maximum engagement range approaching 300 kilometers, far exceeding the export PL-15's advertised 145 kilometers reach. The missile's 2-stage propulsion system delivers an initial boost exceeding Mach 5, followed by a terminal pulse for high-G maneuvering. Guidance transitions from off-board cues, potentially provided by long-range surveillance radars, into the PL-15's onboard ESA seeker for final target acquisition. By contrast, the Rafale F-3R typically carries the MBDA Meteor BVR missile, whose ramjet propulsion affords a sustained speed above Mach 4 and an engagement envelope of roughly 100 kilometers. Combined with Dassault's Spectra electronic warfare suite, which includes towed decoys, laser warner, and radar warning receivers, the Meteor-equipped Rafale has earned a reputation as one of the most survivable multi-role fighters in Western service. Yet the PAF's confident assertion, echoed by Pakistani Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari in a May 11th parliamentary statement, that 3 Rafales fell to J-10Cs has prompted Western intelligence services to reassess Chinese missile performance in contested airspace. India has officially disputed the PAF's claims, maintaining that no Rafales were lost and asserting that all intercepted aircraft returned safely. However, several high-level French intelligence sources have privately acknowledged evidence of at least 1 downed Rafale, and U.S. defense attachés in New Delhi report wreckage consistent with both PL-15 and ground-based SAM engagement. Until independent verification is complete, the precise tally remains in flux. Nevertheless, the mere suggestion that the PL-15 may have outranged and outgunned the Meteor has galvanized defense analysts worldwide. On the stock market front, shares of Chengdu Aircraft Corporation, manufacturer of the J-10 series, soared by nearly 40% across 2 trading sessions, underscoring how battlefield outcomes now directly influence defense equity valuations. When live combat results begin to sway financial markets, weapons systems acquire a new dimension of industrial and geopolitical capital far beyond their immediate tactical utility. This engagement also underscores the rapid evolution of joint Sino-Pakistani military collaboration. Between 2019 and 2023, fully 81% of Pakistan's arms imports originated from China, cementing the Iron Brother moniker Beijing enjoys in Islamabad. During that same period, India consciously diversified away from its historic reliance on Russian suppliers, dropping Russian content from 75% of its imports to 36%. while raising French procurement to a roughly 33% share. India ordered 36 Rafales between 2016 and 2022 under an $8.7 billion contract, and in April 2025 inked a further $7.6 billion deal for 26 carrier-capable naval Rafales. Those orders, intended to modernize India's blue water and land-based air arms, now face renewed scrutiny in light of the PAF's assertive claims. Beyond South Asia, the J-10C's combat debut has broader implications for the global fighter market. The J-10 platform, initially fielded in the late 2000s, has evolved steadily from a delta-wing, twin-engine design into the highly capable J-10C, which features an integrated AESA radar, infrared search and track pod, and helmet-mounted cueing systems. While still classified as a 4.5 generation fighter, its sensor fusion, digital backbone, and PL-15 missile carriage edge is close to many Western equivalents. Meanwhile, China's stealth-optimized J-20 Mighty Dragon and the in-development J-35 carrier variant promise to push Beijing solidly into fifth-generation territory. CIPRI Arms export data for 2019 to 2023 ranked China as the world's fourth-largest arms exporter, accounting for 5.8% of global deliveries. Roughly 85% of those exports flow to Asia, with 61% destined for Pakistan alone. By contrast, the United States and Russia continue to dominate global markets, but face mounting competitive pressure from Beijing's lower-cost, technology-mature offerings. Export customers from Egypt to Algeria and from Myanmar to Saudi Arabia have signaled interest in Chinese fighters, drones, and air defense systems. Attracted by Beijing's attractive pricing, flexible financing, and willingness to transfer technology, a stark contrast to Western export policies, which often impose restrictive end-use conditions. China's remarkable defense R&D expansion underpins its export success. State figures reveal that Chinese military research budgets have increased more than sixfold since 2000, reaching an estimated $224 billion in 2024. This surge has delivered not only advanced fighters, but also indigenous hypersonic glide vehicles, a range of high-performance UAVs such as the Wing Long 2 and C-5, and integrated network-centric command systems. The model driving this acceleration is Beijing's civil-military fusion, which leverages commercial technology hubs, state research institutes, and private enterprises to drive rapid development cycles at low cost. By contrast, Western defense procurements, especially in the United States and Europe, often contend with protracted development timelines, political oversight, labor costs, and stringent certification regimes. For example, major U.S. prime contractors derive anywhere from 44% to 90% of their revenues from defense programs, but must navigate congressional budgeting processes that can introduce program delays and cost overruns. In Europe, collaboration among multiple national industries can yield interoperability benefits, yet is frequently hampered by divergent requirements and export controls. China's more centralized, state-directed approach allows for streamlined decision-making and aggressive pricing strategies that are reshaping the calculus for many emerging buyers. In South Asia specifically, the PAF's claimed defeat of the Rafale poses difficult questions for New Delhi's air power planners. How to counter advanced BVR missiles whose performance may eclipse existing stockpiles. Should India accelerate indigenous missile programs, such as the BVR-AM under development by DRDO, or seek to purchase larger stocks of Meteor and M120D AMRAAM missiles from Western suppliers? And to what extent must India bolster its own UAV force structure and passive detection networks to mitigate the threat of long-range Chinese missiles? For Beijing and Islamabad, by contrast, the incident is already being framed as evidence that Chinese weaponry, and by extension Chinese strategic influence, can directly challenge Western military dominance at an accessible price point. If the J-10C and PL-15 combination becomes a proven kills platform, demand from budget-constrained air forces in Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia is likely to surge. Even aviation majors like Egypt's Air Force have publicly flown Chinese fighters during drills, fueling speculation that firm orders may be imminent. The big question now is whether independent analysts and crash site examinations will validate the PAF's tallies. China, for its part, has remained characteristically circumspect, lauding Pak-China strategic cooperation without directly confirming kill claims. India has convened a special inquiry, while Dassault's analysts pore over telemetry and radar tracks to determine whether the meteor's performance was compromised by early warning gaps or engagement anomalies. Regardless of the final tallies, the engagement has already altered the psychological underpinnings of modern aerial warfare. The perception that non-Western systems can outrange and outmaneuver established Western platforms shifts power dynamics in global defense sales and could accelerate the diffusion of advanced capabilities to second and third-tier air forces. The result is a more multipolar arms market, one in which cost, performance, and political alignment intersect in novel ways.